hard with Typo. Back straight Porter, 27 and 3.
A little bit different this week with our scoop with Marburg racing on Tuesday. No meeting here. We've resurfaced the track. We're back in business for Friday. Chris, there's still been plenty happening, no?
Yeah, absolutely. No rest for the wicked, as they say, and it's great that the track has been resurfaced. Summer Carnival features just around the corner. Near track record time last Saturday night with Always Smoking. Does that mean the track record, 49.2, is in some sort of jeopardy?
It probably does, you know, and this track, it'll appear a little bit lighter on the screen, just a little bit more white rock through the surface. Whether that makes it quicker, who knows?
It will be interesting, that's for sure.
So while we're plenty of action happening here, interstate down at Menangle, we've still got large contingent of Queenslanders performing down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Spearheaded by the champ, Leap to Fame, who's back in action in the Battle of Bershabar. So great to see him back. It means the New Zealand Cup raid is still on at this stage. So as long as he performs well this weekend, Grant and Trista Dixon qualified all of their colts as well. So Air Express, Ironclad, Fader, Wade's Path to Greatness, they're all engaged. The Garrards have got a number of runners. An early scratching is the Queenslander, the Lady Dior. Now, it's disappointing news. She's fractured her sesamoid, so she's going to be off the scene for quite some time. Requires an operation, so we won't see her till next year. Hopefully, she'll come back and be an Oaks candidate.
Yeah, that's disappointing, especially with the Sunshine Stars Classic only a couple of weeks away, where she would have been right in that fillies division. So, Josh Gallagher will drive Path to Greatness.
Yep, absolutely. Robbie Morris driving Ironclad.
So Trista's not driving here on Saturday night either, so she's just the
Chief Strapper.
Chief Strapper.
Chief Strapper. The bodyguard.
Speaking of some horse movements, Ricky Thurlow's had a bit of turnover in recent times. Smithy's Terror and Covergirl, got some news on those?
Yeah, Smithy's Terror bound for USA, so no real surprise there. He's been performing really well of recent times, so his form's been strong. That's attracted interest for North America. Covergirl just hasn't been able to get her right, so ultimately they've decided to pull the pin. She's been retired, so she's off to stud. She's a beautifully bred mare, well-performed mare as well, so we won't be seeing them anytime soon. A little disappointing, just on Manila Playboy. He's a forgotten horse here in Queensland. We haven't seen him for some time. He won't be part of the Summer Carnival over the next couple of weeks. Probably just prior to Christmas, he'll be ready to trial again. Shane Fraser's given him plenty of time. He had that hoof abscess, so they've given him plenty of time. So just prior to Christmas, he should be back at the track.
Yeah, very nice horse when he's right too. Great campaigner. Aroda, we saw him winning here last week.
Yeah, surprisingly, it didn't make any sort of difference to his New Zealand Cup ranking. So he starts again on Saturday night. Hopefully he can win. And they haven't ruled out him going across to New Zealand. So all depends if he makes the cut. He's right on the edge there. So he's got to win on Saturday night to really attract that interest from New Zealand to boost his ranking. But they're still prepared to go if he can make the final field.
So the full field size, is it 18?
Yeah, I think it's...
Or 15?
15, I think. And
so he's ranked 18.
Yeah.
So he's on the cusp. So hopefully a big performance from Aroda. Trotters, Agent Black. We didn't see him. The Victorian Trotters Derby, he didn't venture down. How is he?
No, he'll be ready to go next Tuesday. So he'll be amongst nominations for that meeting. So they tossed and turned about Victoria. It's such a long way to go. And then when you're running into a freak like Kiang Zahara, Derek the Jet was nominated for that series as well. They just decided to stay local. So with Marburg racing on Tuesday, he would have been racing. So they'll just hold him back next Tuesday. We'll see him.
And Millwood Bliss, another 3-year-old, changing gait, pacing filly. She was here in the winter.
Yeah, she was the beaten favourite in the Group 1 Queensland Oaks behind RDB Mickey. She's been sold for massive money to North America. Brad Hewitt's had a bit of a clean out in his stable as well. Typo, who we saw here during the carnival, Lettuce Nipia, they've also been sold, so they're bound for North America. Girl from Rosedale for Ryan Vivers, sold. She goes to North America as well. Chart Topper, who raced here in the Derby, Consolation for memory, he's been sold to North America. And there's been a massive offer for Chinchilla, who's the #1 mare here in the Sunshine State for Donnie and Maureen Smith. Low flying, huge. It's eye-watering, the figure, but at this stage, not for sale. They're happy to keep her, race her here. The Forever Gold's the obvious target, and they're big breeders as well. So ultimately, once her day on the track is done, she'll go to stud.
And she has been setting this track alight.
Yeah.
So if this track's in order, it'll be interesting to see what she can run. So speaking of the carnival heating up, we've got the Peak of the Creek on. Heats for that next Tuesday, final and Saturday. Of course, that's the race where Connections choose their own barrier for the final. Strong nominations. potentially 4 heats for that, Chris. So looking really good. Kello Sheil is in those nominations. She created a new track record at Marburg on Tuesday, so that could certainly spice things up. Elegant Grooves, another one amongst a host of noms there. So our Benson, another one for the newly married Narissa McMullen.
Yep, everything went well there last Sunday for Matt Narissa, so congratulations. So in the form guides in the coming weeks, it will be Narissa Elkins. So don't be confused if you see that. We're used to seeing Narissa McMullen, but in time to come, it will read as Narissa Elkins. Team Garrard, who are competing on Saturday night again down in Sydney, they've been away for pretty much 2 months now. They are coming home. I've been told the truck, which had a little bit of an issue, transmission issue down there, it has been fixed. So pretty much after Saturday night, Darren and Angus will pack up and head home.
So will they be now deemed as New South Welshmen or Queenslanders?
Well, you'll have to ask them once they get back.
I see Ragazzo di Tilly goes around again. Just hasn't been able to crack a win.
Yeah, it's somewhat surprising given how strong his form was during the carnival up here as well. But going well, but just hasn't got that elusive victory. So hopefully Saturday night it'll be his time.
And soap opera, Angus will drive in the 3-year-old fillies final for Darren Weeks and Kylie Rasmussen.
Yeah, they got some spoils on Tuesday with the trotter Get Used to It winning, so that was a good sign. So hopefully that good form continues to Saturday night. But she's drawn awkwardly outside of Renewal and also elusive there on the inside.
Now, Sunday just gone, Chloe Butler and Paige Bevan, they headed down to Tasmania for the Australian Female Drivers Championships. Chloe, a little bit unlucky. Paige really didn't get the drives, unfortunately, just some bad gates hindered her chances, but Chloe, probably a little bit stiff.
Yeah, well, a dead heat, but on count back, the victory went to Denny Roberts over in Perth. So, you know, how does that sort of leave you? Probably a little perplexed, but anyway, she's performed really well. Got a victory in her first drive down there in Tassie.
Yeah, well done, Chloe, and well done, Paige, too. You represented the Queenslanders proud. Anything else on your list, Chris?
No, that's pretty much it for mine. Oh, there will be an announcement forthcoming as far as the Queensland young driver who's going to represent the state in the upcoming Australasian Young Drivers Championship during ID24. So that series not all that far away. So that announcement, who represents Queensland, should be forthcoming.
And one little last piece, Redcliffe, new president there.
Yep, Mark McNee.
Okay, so Bernie Ring steps down under the Constitution. He had to do that, so well done, Bernie, on a great tenure there as the president.
Trying hard was Typo, back straight quarter, 27 and 3.